On a Monday, a New Hampshire man has been charged in connection with sending threatening text messages in which he allegedly said he would kill presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy at a campaign event scheduled for today in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. 30-year-old Tyler Anderson is set to face a judge this afternoon. Prosecutors say Anderson also threatened to kill people attending the event. CBS News has obtained a statement from this Ramaswamy campaign saying, "We are grateful to law enforcement for their swiftness and professionalism in handling this matter and pray for the safety of all Americans." So we have a crew on the way to New Hampshire. We will have updates on this story throughout the day on CBS News Boston.
How many years were you in the FBI?
22. I was a cop before that.
Okay, and you're worried?
Yes, I'm worried.
Okay.
Just retired.
What would you do in my shoes?
I'd get some very, very competent help.
Okay.
And some very competent people do some intelligence work for you.
Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. So you guys see that. When I see these things, man, I get worried. I get really, really worried. You know, I'm worried about the safety of Vivek, and I'm worried about the safety of Donald Trump. You know, I worry about the safety of Donald Trump because they have tried almost everything they possibly can. They probably have tried everything they possibly can in order to stop the guy. And they believe, and by they I mean the average crazy leftists, not the Democrats that actually know better, not the ones actually pulling all these strings, but the crazies. You know, they really do believe that they're in a battle to stop him from destroying democracy, which is freaking hilarious when you think about it, because most of them are on a mission to destroy it themselves. So figure that out. But anyway, this video is not about the safety of Donald Trump. It's about the safety of Vivek. And the federal government just intercepted and arrested someone who allegedly had the intent to harm him. And so far, we really don't know much about this guy. If he was a crazy right-winger, we probably know already. So I doubt he is. He could be a crazy right-winger, but I have a feeling that that would already have leaked. My gut tells me he's just some crazy liberal. But in the year 2023, man, who knows? You know, now this is a scary thing to me because this is just days after he went viral being warned by a 22-year veteran of the FBI who took it on himself, felt compelled to seek out and talk to Vivek and beg him to be careful. And just listen to this guy's voice. You know, I'm going to show you a video, part of their interaction. Vivek seems to be very receptive to this guy's message. So the FBI guy, I think his point, if I'm reading between the lines, isn't really about the lone wolf, crazy liberal type danger, or whoever this guy was just arrested is. I think his message is about forces a little bit more powerful than that. You know, a lot of the things that Vivek is saying, you know, could be inflammatory to people that you really, really don't want to be on the wrong side of.
What's your name, sir?
Mike Wyatt.
Mike, good to meet you.
They ruined my bureau. When I went in, it was fidelity, bravery, integrity. They've broken my heart. This can't be. This can't go on. And
We will. And I like the way you're pushing, because those are my instincts, right? But I can tell you what we can immediately get done. Well, thank you for your service.
tired, but Jesus, be careful.
I will. We will. I mean, we're guided by our purpose. I know that it can get ugly. You mean like
Yes,
be careful, be
very
careful.
careful.
Yeah. What did you do in the bureau?
I worked, I was a SWAT guy, but I worked counterintelligence and counterterrorism, and I was one of those guys that was convinced they would never do it.
How many years were you in the FBI?
22. I was a cop before that.
Okay, and you're worried?
Yes, I'm worried.
Okay.
Just retired.
What would you do in my shoes?
I'd get some very, very competent help.
Okay.
And some very competent people do some intelligence work for you before you went places.
Okay.
Just walk around, talk to people, and maybe get a feeling.
Okay.
Because that's what I did for a living. I got people to tell me what they didn't want to tell me. And the other thing is, I'm now an entrepreneur. I'm trying to follow in your footsteps, but I don't think my worm farm is going to catch up with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We'll take that seriously, man. I'm reading between the lines of what you're saying, and we got you.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll take care of ourselves. And
You've seen how aggressive these alphabet organizations have become. They're coming after you.
yeah, no doubt about it. But we're ready. We'll be ready.
If you think you're going back into private life, if this doesn't work out, they're coming.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Guys, how freaking terrifying is that thought from this man's wife? She says, if this doesn't work out and you think you're going back to private life, the alphabets are coming. That is freaking scary. And honestly, there's not one reasonable person from either side of the aisle that does not think that that is highly likely, that that is actually how it works, and that is exactly how it's going to go. And that's sad. That's a scary, scary thing. You know, we're at that point where there are people in our government, powerful people who you really don't want to cross. That is terrifying to think about. And honestly, you know, after hearing warnings like that, this should be a wake-up call, man, to all the people on the right, all the people who have fallen for the propaganda and all the vitriol against Vivek, saying that he's some kind of fake or a fraud or a plant, you know, the next Obama. They say he's purchased by George Soros, all that stuff. There is no doubt, with the stakes so high, that this guy is for real. Just like Donald Trump in 2016, the man has a great life. He's got more money than he'll ever be able to spend. He's got a beautiful family. He does not need to put himself in this kind of position and at that kind of risk. He doesn't need it. To me, and I might just be fooling myself, but that tells me he's doing this for the right reasons. And if he was a fake, if he was a plant, I don't think he'd be on this same kind of mission of truth. I don't think he'd be saying so many things that a presidential candidate really aren't supposed to say, apparently. And now everyone's out to get him. You know, this is not the work of a plant. This is the work of someone that they absolutely view as a threat.
But I want to say one thing, because we had to play Vivek Ramaswamy. This man is contemptible. He is a charlatan and he is a fraud, but he's also dangerous. Those are his good points. He went on television last night and started espousing the racist, bigoted great replacement theory, and it wasn't called out by any of the moderators.
He did a fat joke in the middle of a presidential debate. Okay? Leave that to the comedians.
And I think there wasn't a lot of fact-checking going.
I think Vivek does have a woman problem. I do think he insults women's basic intelligence. He's done it over and over and over again. And I guess tonight I just had enough. I had enough of listening to his garbage. And as I said, his smart-ass Harvard mouth, because that's what it is. When he's dictating to me and Nikki Haley, who have committed ourselves to public service, while he's been off stealing from seniors to make his fortune. Yeah, I'm not going to put up with him anymore. He was saying she's not smart enough to know where things are on the map, that somehow his 3-year-old son is smarter than a woman who served as a 2-term governor and a UN ambassador. He's a jack.
And the smug, condescending way that he just spews this poison out is very, very dangerous, because he won't stop Trump, but he's going to outlive Trump by about 50 years. And you're watching the rise of an American demagogue that is a very, very despicable person. Yeah. And I was shaking listening to him talk, because a lot of people don't know that is one step away from Nazi propaganda coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, but the good thing, Van,
Yeah, so you guys see that. And here's what I see. You know, here's what I think about when I see that. 8 years ago, Donald Trump was saying all of the things that you're not supposed to say. He was calling out Jeb Bush and tying him to his brother, who Donald Trump said lied about weapons of mass destruction. You weren't supposed to say that, you know, but the media loved it. They loved it because it was good for ratings, you know, and they really didn't believe that Donald Trump had a chance. You know, in fact, they didn't really believe anyone had a chance against Hillary Clinton, because they knew, as far as they were concerned, the fix was in. So really, the Trump phenomena, it had a lot to do with the media being caught off guard. You know, he got millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of free campaign coverage. They hung on his every word. Well, the media, and whatever parts of the deep state actually exist, they learned their lesson, and they won't make it again. You know, not with Donald Trump and not with Vivek Ramaswamy. You know, they will do everything in their power to destroy these guys. And I think things are definitely going to start getting scary. I hope they don't. But, you know, these are crazy times, man. That's all I got, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you haven't already, guys, please help us to continue to grow. Like, comment, subscribe, most importantly, share the channel. It really, really does help, and it really does mean a lot. I appreciate the support. I'll see you in the next one.